But you can play music. Was your side the musical side or Nan's side the musical side?
Sorry?
Was your side or Nan's side the musical side?
My side?
Of the family. Or Nan's side the musical side?
Oh, actually, well, she got a lady called Annie Early. Annie's brother was Ivan Early, who was a special friend of us. And he had a little farm like we had. And if I had $1 in the bank, I would spend $2. If he had $1 in the bank, he would spend 200,000 or something. But he finally sold his farm and bought buses, school buses. And his bus company became Leopard Coach Lines in Christchurch. He sold them all. Your father and I went up to his funeral, actually. Yeah.
I'll put Grandad live on
They've
TikTok.
still got bits of buses.
So,
Yes, apparently.
Sandra's got Tourlease.
Yeah. I don't know whether they still have it. Do they?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
so Nan went to...
Annie Early.
Well, yeah. well,
Did she learn the piano from her?
The Early family. Her father was Leslie Early, and how long have you got?
It was late.
He had
So what did Nan learn?
no. Nan didn't learn anything.
Oh.
No. No. Oh, Nan. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Mum, my mother, and yeah, my mother.
Oh, what did your mum learn then?
Wait a minute. Go back.
The question was...
About the 1940s or 50s.
Yeah.
She got Annie Early to ride a horse from the Early farm, which would be 5 k's, this horse, to teach us music.
Your mother did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Shona and Delana and I, and possibly Rosemary. I don't know that Rosemary did really, but anyway, I got grumpy about it after about 6 months. And I couldn't stand practicing.
You look grumpy when you talk about it. You had the grumpy look.
When Hamish was young, he got told off by Auntie Dawn Broughton. Anyway, but so my mother knew it was no good arguing with me. So she said, all right, David, if you don't want to learn music, you don't have to. And so I gave up. But that was when I was about 9. But when I was about 16, or when I was 16, I gave up school too. Many big mistakes I've made in my life. I gave up school. I said, I'm not going back to school. So they let me come home to work on the farm because at that time, 1952 I think it would be, Uncle Robin, who had been working on the farm, was going school teaching. Uncle, how long have you really got?
So did Uncle Robin learn music as well? Because you just
No.
said you and your sisters.
No, yeah, but we're better
Somewhere
be
in the
right.
Auntie Rose must have learned.
Uncle Robin made a lot of money trapping rabbits. We had thousands of... They just made our whole family poor, these rabbits. But he made enough money catching rabbits, skinning them, selling them, to buy a brand new Vincent HRD motorcycle, the most expensive English motorcycle. Yeah. You know, he had a 500cc, and the other one was the V twin, which was 1000cc.
I've got
Anyway.
a photo so dead that I need to get printed.
Thank you, Nadine, for roses. That's for Grandad.
Anyway,
So that was your family. So you learnt the piano.
yeah, and Delana learned, in 6 months, Delana learned a famous piece and could play it perfectly. I learned Apple Blossom and Shona learned something. And we all learned a wonderful piece from Ivan Early's older sister. Yeah, they were great friends to us. And later on, now they lived across the Selwyn River. And I remember we used to go to Sunday school and Bible class together. But Ivan told us once at a weeknight Bible study, when they couldn't get across the Selwyn River because of a flood, he said, the following week we just there's something missing with the week. But he said, if it's a very big flood and we can't get across for 2 weeks, we don't miss it so much. We don't miss church so much. But on one occasion, there was a very big flood and they couldn't get across the river for 3 weeks. He said, we didn't miss church at all.
Mm.
And what a dangerous thing that was, really.
Well,
Yeah.
Granddad, sorry to interrupt. There's a person here, Nadine is her name. He says, he's so cute, bless him. Love listening to how things were back in the day.
Ivan Early was always a character with, you see, they used to go to school, as we did, with a horse and gig, but they had to cross the river. And they'd always have, Ivan would always be trying, how deep is that? We'd get the horse to swim. They'd get stuck. Actually, one night, I was going over there to a music
I was hoping
practice
Nadine
or
would get something.
or other, and Murray Badger, Delina's brother-in-law, he had his Triumph 500 twin Triumph, what do they call it, twin something or other. Anyway.
Be a Tiger or something.
Yeah. I decided I was going over to this practice, going across the river. Now they had a special bridge.
Oh, there was a rotten old bridge.
It was a terrible bridge.
Sure, we only had two
planks,
tracks,
2 planks.
and it was up on wheels.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Well, I remember going over that thing.
Well, I thought I'd better be careful, not go too fast, David. And so going up, I think the bike might have stalled, and I put my foot down, but I missed the plank. Oh, dear. But the Early family were great friends to us, really. Ivan Early told us that ours was the first family he ever saw that we always used to kneel down to pray every morning and every evening. Yeah. Dear old Granddad, he had his, I think Uncle Gordon has probably got Granddad's old Bible. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
So Granddad, can I ask a question? So that this is pretty modern TV now, yeah? But what's your memory of first television?
Well, you see, I used to call television devilusion. It's bad, it's evil. We mustn't have a television in our house. And but anyway, I found that Hamish and his brothers were going over to neighbours to watch television. I didn't know what they were watching, so I felt we should have a television here, so at least we can control what they're watching. So I advertised in the Timaru Herald, wanted television, $50. And I thought, now, I'll just pray to God, if we get any answers, we know that God wants us to have it.
So how many did you get?
If nobody answers, well, do you remember this? 50 people.
Oh my God!
One for every dollar.
And
got
I
50
promised
TVs.
to go and visit each and check every. We got a television called Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Bell, but somehow the red went out of it, and two colours left. Yeah.
Wow.
Everything was either green or blue.
What's the first movie you watched?
Well, it was with Ivan Early, actually. It was the famous one. What's the famous one? I'm sorry about my
Sound of
memory.
Music.
Sound of Music, yes.
Well,
We watched that, yeah, with Ivan and Miriam, yeah.
And that didn't make you want to go home and practice on the piano and sing along?
No, but you see, I learned music for 6 months or something and gave it up. But when I left school, my older brother Robin went school teaching and training, and my two older sisters, Delina and Shona, went nursing, and the same year Rosemary went to Girls High in Christchurch. And from a family of 7 of us, we were down to 3 of us. And my father was 55 when I was born, so when I was 16, he was 71. We didn't play much table tennis or anything like that. In fact, I never remember my father playing a ball. He always thought that games and football was just a waste of time. Why don't they just go and put the ball in there and you have the next goal? We'll have it'd save a lot of work.
Granted, I've got 6 people here listening to you. They're all saying hello. So can you say hello to them?
Hello. Do I know any of them?
No.
Never mind. Hello, everyone. Anyway, when I was 16, coming from a big family down to one year, down to just my father, mother and me, and nothing to do, no television, no electricity, no, nothing else, no radio. It was about 1952 or 53 when we bought a thing about this size called a radio. That was new for us. We were the last people in the district to get electricity. We were the last people to get a radio, the last people to get all sorts of things. We were the last people in the district to get a tractor. We had horses. Now where was I with this?
Music.
But we had no television, no entertainment, nothing. I could do one of 2 things. One is, after dark, I could go out with the old Hupmobile truck and shoot rabbits. Or I could go into the piano, and I had the Redemption hymn book, but not much else. And all I could remember was that one there is middle C. That must be D, E, F. And I started there with one finger, and hour after hour each night. What else could I do? I could read the Bible, but I didn't. I could read the newspaper, but Granddad was reading this. So anyway,
You're self-taught for piano.
I was self-taught, and I still don't know lots of signs of
Wow.
life. But do you know what? I really believe God wanted me to learn, and everything I have ever learned, whether I've learned by myself or learned anyway at all, everything I've learned, I found it's been useful. And so later on, I played the piano for the Homebush School, Sunday school, and I played the piano for Raleigh, and I played the piano and organ for the chapel up there. Yeah.
So then, when did you pick up the banjo or the ukulele?
Well, that's another story. Well, that's another wonderful story because.
Because did you only have the piano at your house
Yes,
when
only
you're growing
piano.
up?
And the old piano is still at Uncle Gordon's place, actually. But Dave Badger was a builder. Now, that's Auntie Delina's brother-in-law. He was a man I've had more arguments and strife with than any other person. But he taught me 2 amazing things. He taught me
Forgiveness?
Three blind mice.
He taught me
That's right.
the 3 notes of the ukulele that you need, and you can play any tune with these 3
Are
notes.
you playing? You're gonna play ukulele?
Yeah. Come on.
Amazing. I've got someone who says bless you.
I think I can get it.
Do you want me to grab it for you?
Oh, I'm not sure whether I can get it out.
I'll grab it, Brendan.
Brandon, Hannah can.
But he taught me the 3 notes of the ukulele. He
Whoa.
also taught me this
Yeah,
about I can't play in sharps,
So you're pretty flat.
music in sharps. But he said, translate it into 5 flats. If it's 2 sharps, translate it into 5 flats. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I can play most things. Yeah. I've even lost the ability to play the ukulele properly and the piano. I had not played the organ or anything for maybe a year, and I realised I should get back to it. So I've got a lot to catch up now. Yeah.
What's your favourite song on the ukulele?
And would you play it for us?
My dog has
Please.
fleas.
Ooh, blow it out.
We will not be moved. We're brothers together. We shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the waterside. We shall not be moved. Yeah.
Yay!
But the fact that he taught me those 3 notes, I played the ukulele, or actually it was the banjo ukulele that I had at schools, hundreds of classes for what, 20 or 30, or actually nearly 40 years, I think.
Have you still got that ukulele, that banjo one?
Yeah,
Where is it?
it's in there.
Amazing.
Somewhere, I think it might, but I
So
like
on
the
the
tone
cover,
of this one.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
At Mum's funeral, Graham Ashby said that he came with us. Oh, he first met me at a camp down at south of Oamaru.
Tish makers or something.
Pleasant Valley?
Which,
No,
Pleasant Valley? No?
no, there was one. Yeah.
some camps out there. And he said, yeah. That's about all I've got to tell you, people.
I've got one other question. Was when did you first start writing on the typewriter?
Oh,
Well, that's another story. Your father,
Because you still have a typewriter.
there were 3 girls who came to our youth group. The first 3 girls that came,
Yeah.
Leslie, Kay, and Robin. And Kay, actually, I asked Nolene Diggs, should I buy a new cheap typewriter or an old-fashioned big heavy one? She said, buy that big heavy one, far better. They last a lot longer. Well, I bought a little one, and it was marvellous because it was not an electronic typewriter, but I could sit in the back seat of my car while they're servicing it or something, or anywhere, and just type away, type a letter or something. It was great.
Is that how you type? Or do you type like that?
Actually, that's something also that I've lost a fair bit of too, typing. This COVID, I think, has had a big effect on me. Even today, when I thought today was Tuesday, and it was Monday on my, I put the rubbish bins out. I told you about the.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't it?
Don't confuse
it.
me.
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow never comes.
Yeah.
That was enough.
okay.
Don't bore them.
Do you want to say goodbye then?
I don't know you people, but I say we love you all, whoever you are. Are you in New Zealand or Australia?
You're asking questions I have to now wait for the answers.
Are they in Tasmania or where?
Australia sounds like Australia.
Do you have a nice church over there in Tasmania?
Guys, Grandad wants to know where you are from. So if you could please let us know, that'll be nice.
Yeah, well,
Well,
no matter where you are, we're brothers together. We're brothers together, we shall not be moved. Brothers together, we shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the waterside. We shall not be moved. Oh, by the way, the person who, not in the next house, but the one further, this is a sad area. We're totally involved with the people in the hostel and we don't know our neighbours. But I saw a guy out on the road the other day and I spoke to him. He said, you taught me at Waimataro School. Yeah, Andrew somebody.
Huh?
Can't remember his name now. Yeah.
all right, we sign off, should we?
Yep.
Thank you, Grandad.
Goodbye.